Let's start this session. Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Just type in the chat window. Okay, thank you. This is Janani from CSE Department, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology. In this relaxed weekend evening, on behalf of CSE Department, I welcome you all for this session and appreciate your interest towards attending this session. So in this session, let me share few points why should we develop programming skills and about the interactive tools which could make programming more interesting. These are the topics which we are going to see. Let's move on to the topic. I don't want to spend much more time to explaining these theoretical concepts. So the first thing is, what's programming? We all know the answer. Let me clear with online shopping example. In online shopping example process, to purchase any product online, we have to choose an online store. Then we are searching the products online. After searching the products, then add the items to the cart, then order the items, then finally the payment process is being done. So this process follows a set of tasks sequentially. Likewise, our programming is a step-by-step procedure that helps to solve any problem. The computer which we use is just like a blank box. It cannot perform any kind of operations on its own. We need to instruct it to carry out any operations so that these instructions or computer programs tell the computer about what action it has to perform. So just for fun, so we may raise a question, why to learn program? Some of us may have allergic to the word program or code and think these programmers as monsters or giants. So why to learn program? Why it is important to learn program? In our daily life, each and every activity has set of tasks. So wherever there is an activity, programming exists. As the co-founder of famous Apple systems, Steve Jobs quote, programming is required to boost our thinking ability. We all have our smartphones, laptop with us, and we cannot imagine our life without these applications such as Google, WhatsApp, Facebook. They are helpful to do your homework, assignments, and helpful to do class projects and for entertainment purpose too. So what made these companies to bloom? There was a need to solve any problem or to change their lifestyle easier. Hence, they found the solution in computer programming, not only to solve the problems of our world, but to solve our own problem too. So, programming is not mainly for the people who are computer science students or who want to be a coders. It's a mental exercise that keeps your brain healthy and active. So, for the following two reasons, we must learn programming. First one is it enhances the problem solving skill and logical skill. To solve any problem, we first find the logic behind the problem by considering the input and output to be displayed. Once we have written the program, we must consider the small details because if we missed out some details, then the output may not be getting what we expected. So it forces us to think again and again and apply the logic. Hence, our problem solving skill will be enhanced. Second one is vast career opportunities. So according to the statistics, over the next 10 years, there will be a 1.4 million jobs in computer programming and only about 40 lakhs graduates qualify for those jobs. One of the biggest advantages of being a coder is you can work as a freelancer online and you can do your work from home and you do not have to be bound to an office like this quarantine period. Okay, then we all know the importance of programming. Then how to make programming interesting? So what should I have to learn programming? Whether I'm having to have high desk and latest softwares or advanced textbooks? No, it's not a big deal. You just need to have the following things. First one is interest to learn. Second, willing to spend some of your time to practice coding regularly. Then problem solving and a logical skill. Are they enough? Yes, it's not a big deal. We all have logical skill and problem solving skill. And if you are trying, you can spend time to code regularly. And how to make programming interesting. Let me explain. We all love to play games. Through some interactive tools like game playing, we can create an interest. As a set of interactive tools are given here. The set of interactive tools are of three types. At the basic level, we are having block-based programming tools like Scratch, MIT App Inventor, Alice, and Blockly, which are helpful to learn the programming concepts and understand the problem in concept wise. And at the second level, we are having set of visual programming tools like Khan Academy Programming JS or Visual Logics to create a program error free. So mainly we get stuck into create a program with syntax errors. To avoid syntax errors, these visual programming tools are helpful. That one is script-based programming tools. If you have some knowledge about these two tools, you can get more interest on programming so that you can directly go to the online compiler for which we need to have only our smartphone. It's enough. We don't need to install any softwares or licensed keys. Just we can have our smartphone with net connectivity so that we can learn programming. So in this session, I will explain the Scratch tool and Khan Academy programming tool. So about the Scratch tool, it is a block-based programming tool which helps you to create your own stories, animation, games, music, and art. Oh, it's an interactive environment to create programs just by dragging the block of code and dropping it. It's developed by MIT, led by Mitchell Resnick in 2003. So some of the facts about Scratch tool are Scratch can be easily run on any OS. It is OS independent. We and we don't need to download this software. It's a web-based application. So these are the components of Scratch. First one is Sprite. It is a 2D graphic which can do any actions. And second one is this is the stage. Here we can run our program. The output will be shown here. Then this is the cursor tool component. The flag button is used to execute the program and the stop button is used to stop the running. That on a script area. Here you can drag and drop the blocks from this block palette. So let's go to the website of Scratch. The web address is scratch.mit.edu. I will share these links. Once you have opened this web page, it will display like this. So you have to join to create your account, or you can just click on the button start creating. Once you have clicked start creating, go to this page. So this is the sprite 2D graphic and this is the stage. This is the script area and this is palette, block palette. First, we can have the default sprite as this cat. And we are having three options to create this sprite. So we can choose a sprite from the built-in set of sprites. It's arranged in categorical manner. Or we can create our own sprite using this paint tool. or we can just upload from our computer. Okay, so just practice with this script. Drag this block, click on this, it will move on 10 steps. These 10 steps value can be changed to 50 steps. Click on that, it will move. Likewise, these motion blocks will be working. Okay, then glide means if you want to delete any block, just drag here. Glide means flying. Okay, so these are the motion tools, and this is looks block. Looks block, first option is say hello, and second one is think. We can edit this text also. If you are executing this, it will perform these two operations. So basically think and say both are same. The main difference is the call out. So if the cat says hi, then the call out will be like the symbol will be like call out, or if it is a think operation, then the call out will look like a cloud. So that's the difference between these two. Next one is switch costume to another costume. We can change the costume of this cat. So the costumes can be changed here in this window. Can make duplicate of this one. Okay, so as I said, it is a 2D object. You can select any particular part of the cat and fill any color. Okay, after completing everything, you have to save it by giving the name here, and then convert to bitmap, then convert to vector. The difference between converting it to bitmap or vector is compared to bitmap image, vector has some smooth edges. So that's the main thing. Just go to the script window. Then events block has set of events like your programming language has if statements, while statement. Likewise, we are having event blocks. Then control is like your looping statements forever. Okay, this we have to do it in slow manner. For that, the wait button will be used. Can give the value here. Just run it. Okay, it's mainly for creating GIF animated images. We can create animated images. Okay, then the next operation is we are having the number of extensions or special functionalities by clicking this. So music, we can have our own music, or we can just use the built-in musics. Then now we are going to use the pen tool. So we just make our sprite to write something. So first click the pen down button, set pen color to some value. Then change the pen color by some value, that is you can have any value. Set pen size to some 5 and using the events control, so whenever we are clicking the flag button, it will start write something. I'm using this control forever. Okay. Each and every iteration of these blocks, it will draw the change of the pen will be, the color of the pen will be changed. Okay. Then so we are having a lot of controls here, if statement, forever, wait. So we can make our sprite to play some sound. Okay. Can you hear? Can you hear the sound of? Okay. So we can have this default sound, or we can use the recording voice from by our own. And one small application of this scratches. I have already created this. Whenever the flag is clicked, wait for 1 second, and these set of blocks will be executed forever. So first I have created this background by creating the backdrop using paint operation. So it's drawn by setting the background color as some color, and this is the racing track, and these red points are considered as boosters. Whenever your sprite clicked on this red dots, it will get some boosters so that it can move fastly. And finally, once your sprite reached this white line, it will be considered as winning the game. So this is the race game. So the background color is set by clicking the fill button, and this track will be drawn using this brush, and these red dots also drawn by using this brush, and select this color. Okay, so go to the code part. So I have selected this ladybug, and after selecting this ladybug, it's have to reduce this size so that it can move on this track properly. So its size will be reduced by using this set, that is set size. So using this set size, you can adjust the size of your ladybug. Just execute this. And we are having 4 controls. Whenever the left arrow is clicked, it will just tan 15 degrees, and whenever the right arrow is clicked, it will tan 15 degrees, rotate right, and this is rotate left. If you give the negative values of tan right here, it will be equivalent to this value. So negative value indicates the reverse operation. Likewise, in motion block, move 10 steps is used to move the sprite forward, and move my negative values indicates the sprite will be moved backwards. So whenever you are clicking the up arrow, it will the y-axis, y coordinates will be increased. Whenever you are clicking the down arrow, the y-axis will be reduced. So vertical movement will control the vertical movement, and right arrow down arrow, sorry, right arrow left arrow will control the rotation of your sprite. So I will explain this logic here. If you are touching this color, that is background color, then it will tan 15 degrees and it will switch costume to another costume, so that we can have the indication about the sprite is touching the background, is out of the track. So let's play this. Okay, after it hitting the background, we'll change to another costume and stop moving, so that you can manually help the ladybug to run on the track. Okay, once it reaches the white line, it will say I won. Okay, so this is the simple racing game. Likewise, you can create your own animation stories. Then the next tool we are going to see is Alice. So the difference between Scratch and Alice is Scratch is fully based on 2D graphics and Alice is based on 3D graphics. In Alice, it's also used to create games or story making, animation making, but here every objects are considered as 3D, and the background is also in 3D format, so we can get the visually appealing stories or animations. Then the next tool is Microbit. Microbit is used to code your microprocessor. So set of logics are here. Likewise, the drag and drop, of blocks. Here also we need to drag the blocks. So I'm not going to explain this microbit in deep, because it needs some outside devices or Bluetooth devices to be connected, so that it will check the coding. The next interesting tool is Khan Academy Computer Programming. It comes under the category of visual programming languages. Once you are developing the concept behind anything, the next step is to move on to the error-free or syntax error-free code. So this is the link for Khan Academy. I will share. In this page, we are having a set of documentation. Once you click on this, any functions, it will give some sample snippet. You can execute by your own. We start from drawing the basic shapes. So rect this is the x coordinate, y coordinate values, and this is the width and height of your rectangle. If you are missing the syntax, that is semicolon, it will automatically indicate. Okay. Can fill your rectangle with three values RGB by giving these values explicitly, or we can select this random value from the color palette. We can adjust the position of rectangle by drag these X values. It will move horizontally, and change the Y values. It will move up and down manner. Likewise, we can draw any basic shapes. The next one is about functions. So by default, the function is draw equal to function. In between, we can give our drawing. So here we are going to give some random X and Y values. And random size of rectangle. Okay. So within that canvas, 100 cross 100 canvas, a number of rectangles will be drawn. We may change the colors. Will for red color, for green, for blue. Okay, colorful rectangles are shown. It's just interesting. Instead of using this draw function, we can have the events, mouse events or keyboard events. So mouse drag, sorry, it's mouse click, mouse move. Okay, whenever you are moving your mouse, a number of rectangles with random colors and with random sizes, with random positions will be drawn. Okay, the next we will see about variables. Variables we are using in programming language. So no need to initialize or declare this variable at first. During its its usage, we can declare the variable. So for where I is equal to 0, I is less than 8, I plus plus. So where x is equal to I star some 10. So we have to draw ellipse. X-axis value will be incremented by 20 at every iteration. Then ellipse of y value will be set as 200. Then the size of waves will be given here. Okay. So set of 8 ellipses are drawn by using this variable concept, and we can have our own function too. We can define our own function too, like draw function. Draw function is the default function which will make the snippet to execute continuously. We can define our own function like var d is equal to function. Whenever you are missing anything, it will automatically indicate that something went wrong, so that you can alert, you can focus on those things. So we are going to draw one rectangle or triangle, x1 y1 x2 y2, and then x3 y3. So we are defining this rectangle here. Whenever we call this function, it will be automatically displayed. A number of times we can call this function. Uh, if you are calling this function, the same thing will be called again and again. To change this, random function will be applied. Okay, we are getting 3 triangles. So that's all about this Khan Academy programming tool. So they are displaying a number of documentation. You may work on that. So if you are having any doubts on Scratch and Khan Academy, you can type it in chat window. So the next programming tool is, after you are getting experience with these block based tools or visual based tools, we can directly go to the script based tools. So in script based tools, the main interactive platform is Catis. In Catis, there are a list of programs given with its difficulty level, moderate, easy, or hard. Can practice every coding, every program with some difficulty level, so that it can score, and this leaderboard will indicate the person who is having highest score. So it is also one of the platform to learn everything. The next one is studio.co.org. Here you can get the understanding of computer science tools by joining any course. And this is the set of tools which are given by Dr. Jay Virasamy, the director of University of Texas. So thanks to sir. So in this session, I have explained just about few tools. If you want to explore more, you can get the tools and you can try it by your own. So any questions, you can type it in chat window. So because of bandwidth issues, I couldn't turn on participant mic. Okay, these are all free software, and some of the softwares are web-based, so you no need to download anything. I will share the PPT with you. Okay. If you are not having any doubts, I will close the session. Let's wind up. So I wish to thank our management principal and our beloved HOD Dr. Indra Devi and coordinator Dr. Muthuselvi ma'am and my dear colleagues for rendering their support. And I sincerely thank Dr. J.V. Rasami, Director of University Texas. From his lectures, I can get the chance to explore these tools. And my special thanks to all the participants who are patiently attending this session. So hope you enjoyed it well. Your valuable suggestions are required to improve us. So just click the feedback link which is displayed in the chat window. Once you have clicked the feedback link, your certificate will be downloaded. So submitting the feedback is must for considering your attendance. Okay, let's wind up this session. Let's meet in another wonderful session. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.